5,000 feet above sea level to those conference venues from 22nd to the 23rd of November 2025. All aviation operations are advised that this is a strictly no-fly zone for drones and unauthorized manned aircrafts. Those who are found to be in breach of the restrictions imposed by the Civil Aviation Authority, and as such, steps will be taken against those who transgressed the law. Residents in the city of Johannesburg are advised that there will be limited access in areas surrounding Nasrec Expo Center and FNB Stadium. With this said, we call all South Africans to welcome our visitors in the true spirit of Ubuntu to ensure the safety and security of all invited guests, and most importantly, cooperate with law enforcement authority. And again, we are therefore declaring this summit in terms of safety and security to be safe. I thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Lieutenant General Tebello Musikidi, one of the co-chairs of the Natjoints. Let me also remind colleagues that we also have Lieutenant General Spiwe Sangweni from the SANDF. He's the head of operations there, but also a co-chair. And we also have Ms. Nozu Kopam, who is a DDG at the SSA. I'll now allow questions from the floor. I'll take the first 3 questions, and I'll also take online questions. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you very much. Zianda Ngobo from Newsroom Africa. Just 2 questions. Are you aware of any groups who've applied for protests near the venue? And if so, how far away would this practically be from this venue and FNB Stadium? I mean, we've seen some, groupings saying that they're planning to actually protest and show world leaders what's truly happening in South Africa. And then the second one is, what are some of the biggest challenges or threats that have since been identified by Natjoints in the run-up to this event? Thank you.
It's Heidi Jokos from ENCA. I had the same question about applications for protests. We've been told about 2 of them, but if you could just indicate. And then you indicated the issue around flights. And I just want to know, has anything else been issued with regards to flights coming into South Africa? Is there any concern or risk regarding that? Because we saw what happened last week. And yeah, I think those 2 just for now. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. I'll now hand over to Lieutenant General Musikidi to respond.
Thank you very much, Brigadier Mati, about that, and thanks to the questions, Yanda, as well as Heidi. With regard to the groups, yes, we have identified, we know of the groups that will be protesting at any area and we have planned accordingly, like we'll do with any other event where the protests are happening, and we do have the deployments ready to direct, and of course to also have urged the departments that are responsible to be available to respond to those, as I've indicated earlier, that is the right, and will allow that right to be exercised, but within the proper directives and proper confines of the law. I think it answers both Zianda and Heidi's question, and we do have quite the number. Others have already undertaken their plan to do so, starting from today, and they were policed and managed accordingly. And I must indicate that over and above those that are protesting within Johannesburg, We have also seen in other parts of the country where such has been undertaken. With regard to the threats, when I was outlining our operational approach, is that we do consider that there will be patterns that are abnormal when we have incidents of this nature. There is no one identified as a biggest threat. We are continuously on a daily basis receiving the intelligence that is being analyzed, and what the intelligence communities will communicate to the joint structure will be a verified information ready to be operationalized. So we do so on a daily basis and will continue to receive until we conclude with our operations. As I've also alluded earlier, that we are continuously implementing Operation Chanela, which takes the same shape of collecting any threats and patterns and implementing the operations that fits the purpose. With regards to the concerning the flights that will be coming to the Republic, as you know that we are expecting leaders from across the globe. We are expecting flights to come, hence our plan has also have the work stream that is working only at our ports of entries, not only the air, but we have considered those that will be driving, accessing South Africa through land ports, the sea, as well as the air. So we are having the teams ready, and they will respond accordingly with a sufficient deployment that we have put in place. Thank you.
Thank you, General. We have another question. We've got two questions online. This one is from Yusuf Abramji. Will the visibility along major routes be maintained indefinitely after the G20? If not, why not? Second one, have you set up any special courts to deal with transgressors? That's from Tepo from the SABC. Do we have any other questions from the floor? Or shall we deal with the two online and then we'll come back? Okay, thank you, General.
Operation Chanela is continuing. We have adopted and implemented Operation Chanela in May 2023, and it is continuing. The question will be with the same capacity that we are implementing. I already spoke to the Provincial Commissioner of Gauteng and all my colleagues across South Africa that we are going to maintain our policing strategy in the form of Operation Chanela to ensure that we continuously make necessary deployments as required. What will be different is that with the event, you plan according to the magnitude of the event. But the intention, I think this coming Friday, we are going to be receiving more than 3,500 newly trained police constables that are going to be deployed across the country. And here in Gauteng, again, because I think the question was the visibility that we are seeing, will we see it again here in Gauteng? The Provincial Commissioner of Gauteng will be receiving more than 1,000 new students that he will deploy at different areas. With regard to specialized courts, considering the fact that we'll be having visitors and guests that will be coming across the globe, we are going to ensure the fast tracking of the cases that will come, not necessarily to have courts specially designed, as we would have done with BRICS, as we would have done with World Cup in 2010. We are deploying the same strategies to ensure that the cases that will come within this period will be fast-tracked, and there will be identified courts that will redirect the cases so that they receive attention that they deserve. And this is done so that visitors are not kept in the country unnecessarily. Their cases will be processed so that by the time that they leave the country, at least we have done justice to that process. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Any other questions from the floor? I think this will be our last round.
It's
Thanks.
Heidi again. You've briefly answered my question, but you obviously spoken about the magnitude of this event. And I know for security reasons you can't specify how many police you will be deploying in the Gauteng province, but have you had to reach out to other provinces to assist your deployment here? And how much of the other provinces have you had to depend on in terms of your presence here in the province? I had another question, but now. Okay, it's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. We have deployed from different departments. We have put those resources together. We have national capability, meaning we have capability within the South African Police Service, which is national in nature. Should the need arises, we will knock at the neighboring provinces to avail resources. But up to this far, we have deployed what we have to a maximum. So we do have enough in place. And of course, as you know, I am unable to give you numbers at this stage because the numbers are determined by the situation and the circumstances at time. So I might be deploying 2, but if the need arises, I will have to add 1 person for a particular hour and release. So that will be determined by the situation and the circumstances at the time. But we do have enough resources that we have put for this event and others. And I must reiterate, people of Gauteng, across the length and breadth of Gauteng, we have enough deployment that we will see throughout.
One more question.
Sorry, I forgot my question, but now I remember it. You spoke about your pillars and you've mentioned intelligence. But if history is anything to go by, we worry when the word intelligence is brought in. Are you 100% sure that you have that pillar in place to ensure that you have your sources on the ground to ensure that if anything does arise, you'll know it beforehand and will be able to control the situation through your intelligence?
Thank you once more. 101% sure. That is why on a daily basis, our operations are successful. Just the past weekend, over 17,000 persons were arrested through Operation Chanela. And when I talk about Operation Chanela, I speak with confidence and conviction because this is not only the South African Police Service that is deployed, and we collect intelligence from all quarters of the law enforcement. And it has been successful. It will continue to be successful with this event as well.
Hi, Alpha Ramushwana here from Eyewitness News. You might have seen over the week the South African Municipal Workers Union threatening to boycott the G20 Leaders Summit over their own disputes with the city of Johannesburg, salary disputes. Are you perhaps aware of that? And I mean, you did say that law enforcement is ready, but to deal with that specific protest, are your officers ready? Thank you.
When I started with the responses, if I have not forgotten, we have both Prof joints that is continuing with the normal operations. We have Natjoints that is looking at these special events. As the province, Gauteng province, have responded, and I believe adequately, with the boycott that you are referring to, and all security measures are in place to ensure that the SAMU members do air their concerns in a safe and secure space. Thank you.
Any other question? On the WhatsApp. Okay, let me just check. Sorry. Okay, a question from Lerato SABC News. Allegedly, Johannesburg's armored luxury vehicle rental sector is experiencing an exceptional shortage of vehicles. Will the Natjoints assist with armored vehicles for the G20? Are they able to reveal the exact number or types of vehicles deployed during major events for the safety of the delegates?
Thank you, Atlanta. With the numbers, as alluded, we have enough resources that we have put in place. We have armored vehicles we have considered based on the collected intelligence, and we shall deploy those that are required. I'm not aware of shortages, but what I'm aware of is what I have deployed for this particular operation with other law enforcement across the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, General. I think we've now reached the end of our briefing. Just a reminder that tomorrow the Natjoints is hosting a State of Readiness law enforcement parade at the FNB Park and Ride space at around 11 o'clock. And that particular parade will be addressed by the Acting Minister of Police, Mr. Feroz Kachali, as well as the National Commissioner of the SAPS. Thank you very much, colleagues. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, Generals. FNB Park and Ride, 11 o'clock, law enforcement parade.